Okay, Stephanie, so let's move and talk about 5G.
Okay.
There is so much buzz in the industry around 5G. What is really driving 5G? Because to me, it can't be just about the next generation of smartphones. It has to be more than that. It has to be more of new services, new applications. You know, people are talking about IoT services coming onto the network. So there is a lot that customers are expecting.
Definitely. I like that you use the word buzz because that is accurate. Carriers are absolutely looking towards the future for new revenue opportunities. I want to say they're quite hopeful about 5G because 5G, as we all understand, this is not just the next generation of connectivity.
Yes.
This isn't about faster speeds, fewer dropped calls, better signals. 5G is underpinning some of these opportunities that we are anticipating in IoT.
Yes.
And when I say that, I'm thinking augmented reality, virtual reality.
Correct.
What we're seeing in the smart home already, how do service providers help enable that? Connected cities, potentially self-driving cars out in the future.
Yes.
What kind of role are the service providers going to play in that?
Yes.
So I want to say that they're smart to be hopeful, but they do have to understand what their role will be. And that network transformation and around their network and the agility and the programmability and the understanding of the network has to be in play before this commercialization we're going to come up against next year. I think another part of this conversation would be the edge compute.
Yes.
This is something that's really compelling right now.
Yes.
And I say that because the idea around edge compute is that some of these carriers are going to push certain applications, certain services closer to the edge of the network, whichever way they want to define that edge.
Correct.
But ultimately what it comes down to is that service, that application is going to be closer to the end user.
Correct.
Closer to the customer.
Yes.
And that translates to a better user experience, hopefully.
Correct.
And whereas it also could translate to cost savings, because the network resources are optimized for the edge, it still comes back to that customer loyalty.
Yes.
A better user experience, loyalty improves, the retention is maintained.
Correct.
So that's where I think that value proposition beyond just connectivity can come into play.
Can come into play, yes.
Exactly.
Yes. I think what we have done is to make visibility pervasive from edge to core. Like I said, in the centralized 4G, we were basically monitoring at central point.
Sure.
But now the visibility has to be pervasive because you have the RAN, which is using millimeter wave technology, short range radios, then you have the edge sitting right behind it, then you have the core network. And so you need a visibility architecture that is more pervasive, that is lightweight, can be instrumented in real time, and then putting together the user and control plane. That's a huge challenge. That's not easy. So that's our differentiator.